Nigri ni Mawanzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. In the name of the true begotten Son, Imanuel, Imanuel, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, Nigratia, which means land of the goals. Ki Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first original tongue. Amani Kutoka, you peace from above. Welcome to Blacks, BLAXBLACK TV. 1, 2, 3, where I'm McKinley and Robinson. I teach knowledge, things that you know. Today being Wednesday, hump day, the book of life. I teach the book of life. Wednesdays, Saturday, the fourth day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the seventh day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, today, reading from Genesis, chapter 15. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying, do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward. But Abram said, go, what will you give me? Seeing I go childless, and the heir of my house is Eleazar of Damascus. Now Abram said, look, you have given me no offspring. Indeed, one born in my house is my heir. And behold, the word of the God came to him, saying, this one shall not be your heir, but one who will come from your own body shall be your heir. Then he brought him outside and said, look now toward heaven, and count the stars if you are able to number them. And he said to him, and so shall your descendants be. And he believed in the God of gods, and he accounted it to him for righteousness. Then he said to him, I am the God who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to inherit it. And he said, go, how shall I know that I will inherit it? So he said to him, bring me a 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. Then he brought all these to him and cut them in two down the middle and placed each piece opposite the other, but he did not cut the birds in two. And when the vultures came down on the carcasses, Abram drove them away. Now when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and behold, horror and great darkness fell upon him. Then he said to Abram, know certainly that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them 400 years. And also the nation whom they serve I will judge. Afterwards they shall come out with great possessions. Now as for you, you shall go to your fathers in peace. You shall be buried at a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall return here, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet complete. And it came to pass when the sun went down and it was dark that, behold, there appeared a smoking oven and a burning torch that passed between those pieces. On the same day, the Lord made a covenant what Abram saying. To your descendants I have given this land from the river of Asia to the great river, the river Euphrates, the Kenites, the Canaanites, the Carmonites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Rahaim, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Girgashites, and the Yebusites. Interesting. Chapter 15, Genesis, verse 18. On the same day, God made a covenant with Abram. To your descendants, I have given this land. Once again, God of gold covenant is with Abram. This is God of gods chosen, Abram. Verse 13. Know certainly that your descendants shall be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them 400 years. Again, I acknowledge me as being a part of that, because I acknowledge the Tower of Babel is where God of gold scattered man throughout the whole wide world. Now, but he told him, count the stars. He said, look, verse 5. Then he brought him outside and said, look now toward heaven and count the stars if you are able to number them. So shall your descendants be. I have been out before at night, and there was a great number of stars. And I know for a fact that it was a great number of stars when God took Abram out. Because he said, count the stars if you are able to number them. I really know he couldn't, because it's that many stars. God made sure it was out. Yeah. It was that many stars that Abram seeded it up to heaven. Once again, he seeded it up towards heaven, and the sky was full of stars. Because I have seen that before in my lifetime. As I sit here at the age of 68, if I could be trying to tell people, Word of God said, hey, you are going to be able to expound upon your history. You are going to be able to teach the book of life. You are going to be able to make sure that Emmanuel's name is spoken. Emmanuel's name is brought to light. Yeah. Just yesterday, I was at the Y in the sauna, and I was teaching a young Australian. Matter of fact, the guy, a white guy from Australia, I was teaching him about Emmanuel. Yeah. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. Just like he said, if you can count the numbers, that's how many your descendants is going to be. But there's no way he can count the number of the stars. And he believed in the goal, and he accounted it to him for righteousness. Yeah. Because it's like me. God of God can and will come to you and let you know the things that you're supposed to do. But the most important aspect is Mark 11:25 seated it up. So that when God of God seated it down, he seated your face. That's when I was able to understand. That's when I was given the book of life. That's when I was given the knowledge that my big brother, Imanuel, was a teacher. The knowledge that when they went into the townspeople say, hey, where's our money? Our tax money. Your teacher got to pay his taxes. Where our money at? Where my money? You can't come up in here teaching and being a teacher and not pay his taxes. Yeah. See, that's what people don't understand. Oh, the white man invented taxes. The white man invented taxes. Where's our money? Your teacher is here in our town. Where's our tax money? Excuse me. Excuse me. Once again, the teacher, not the preacher. Because preachers are taught to convince you that Jesus, Jesus, ain't Jesus. That's what preachers are for, to give you misguided information, to teach you about the Bible instead of the book of life. See, this used to say the Bible, King James. I took it off and put on there what they call itself 7 times in Revelation. They call itself the book of life. I'm not talking about what I call it. I'm talking about what it call itself. Once again, my big brother, Imanuel, I'm the only man on the face of this earth who speaks upon and teaches about Imanuel. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to continue to do what I'm supposed to do, which is to give the chosen ones, the pure bloods, the option of if they want to be a part of what God created, or if they want to be a part of life that's not going to be in the end. See what I'm saying? Because there's the front end and a back end. The front end tells you goal of goals is the beginning. There is no goal before goal of goals. There are other goals because he said so. Beware of other people's goals. Bam. So I don't need nobody to tell me ain't but one when God said beware of other people's. Once again, realize and recognize that one more time. Your details. That's what I'm here for. Details. His name is Abram. God created a covenant with Abram, telling him all this land from Egypt over here, all these people shall be yours. Once again, look to heaven. As I was speaking to a friend of mine, and we was talking, and I was explaining that Michael Jackson did himself by saying, they said the sky is the limit. Yeah. At his funeral, they played a clip where he said, oh, they said the sky's the limit. And I was just, it hurt me when I heard that. Because what do you mean the sky's the limit? God just promised the stars. He promised the stars. Michael Jackson is a part of the stars because he took a Bonix bad and made it good. A Bonix, he took bad and made it good. Again, a Bonix in and of the covenant of Abram. Once again, his chosen ones are going to be stars. They're going to be numbered in the stars. They're going to be numbered in heaven if all you got to do is seed it up to heaven. That's what God exists. Free your mind. Your ass will follow. The kingdom of heaven is within. Once again, like he said, your descendants going to be in a new land. Yeah. and they're going to serve. And we've been serving. Okay. I know I'm here to get the chosen one choices. I'm here to teach you about the book of life. Or you can believe in what it was when I first got it. It said the Holy Bible, King James. Okay. Just like that picture of King James that they now say Jesus is God. That's King James that went from the begotten Son to the Son, and now he is God. Cool. God said, beware of other people's God. Allah is God, Buddha is God, Jehovah is God, Jesus is God. That's their God. Enjoy your God as I enjoy GodWithUs, who, through me, am passing along the knowledge of Imanuel, the knowledge of Abram being given a covenant, and of you can be one of the stars in heaven. But the only way you can be a star is the way I became a star of Abram. Seeded it up. I seeded it up. Stand on my feet. Mark 11:25, stand and pray. I stand on my feet, tilt my head back, face to heaven, eyes closed, so that God may see my face. I make sure he see my face. Because all them other folks is on their knees and then giving him the back of their head. Not me. I'm on my feet. To make sure he's seated in me. Because he acknowledges me because it's my face. It's my voice coming straight up to him. And he gonna hear my voice because I ain't like them other people face to the ground. Guess who I am by the back of my head. Not me. Not me. In the name of Imanuel, who told me, go to John 12:44. He that truly believe in me, believe not in me, but in he who sent me. Period. Period. You can be a part of his story, or you can be a part of his story. His story is that Jesus ain't Jesus. Now, that's what you can be a part of. His story that Jesus ain't Jesus. Or recognize and notice Imanuel, whose name means God with us. Because that's what the angels say. But he says, I'm the Son of Man. I'm your big brother. All you got to do is call on me. Trip, seize, trip, seize, trip, seize. Cool, calm, collected, WWW, whole wide world. Niri ni Mawanzo. God is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man, Adam, called son, S-U-N, Mother Nature, Mother Earth. In the name of the true begotten Son, Matthew 1:23, Imanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the gods. Ki Swahili, Tower of Babel, man's first original tongue. Amani Kutoka, you peace from above. Free your mind. You ask for follow. The kingdom of heaven is within. Knowledge Abram. Knowledge the covenant that God created with Abram. And knowledge that Abram's descendants is like the stars in the sky. And knowledge that we ain't talking about just a couple stars. Because you know God made sure the sky was filled with stars. So Abram would be able to seed it out. And Abram believed in what God said, just like me. I noticed God and I believe in God by, through, in, and the one who crawled from the womb of woman, just like me, Imanuel.